just what it feels like. Come over and dance with me. Oh, baby. Won't you come over and dance with me? Come over and dance with me. Come over and dance with me. Oh, baby. I see you over there sitting in the corner.
Welcome back to L.A. Jackson's Wall of Fame show. That's our theme today. We've got some very important people, some legendary people with us today, and I'm extremely honored to have them on the show. I've gone out a little bit outside of my lane because usually I'm working with and talking with people in the more popular R&B or jazz or hip-hop area. But today we're going into a whole new area, a God-blessed area. And so I want to welcome three important individuals from the Atlanta Fisk Club. We have Stephanie Wanza, we have Mr. Mel Jackson, and we have Linda Smith. Welcome aboard. Welcome to the Wall of Fame. How's everybody doing today?
Great.
Good.
Good, man. Bless, highly favored.
Great. Thank you so much. Hey, I'm extremely honored to have you guys on board. I've been looking around on the website. You've got a lot of things going, and first and foremost, I'm more than humbled that you asked me to be a keynote speaker at your event this Saturday at the King Center. So if we can start by talking, getting somebody or all of you to talk a little bit more about that. Can you tell the listeners a little bit more about this? What is it? The legacy of song. The legacy of song.
Yeah. The legacy of song is a tribute to the Jubilee Singers. This is our 10th annual event. This year it's going to be held at the King Center. We've held it at different places across the city over the years. Stephanie is our historian for the club, and she also coordinates this event. It gives you an overview of the Jubilee Singers, tells you about their contributions, not just to Fisk University, but to the world at large, because they expose the world to spiritual music. That happens on Saturday, September 21st. And then that is precursor to our tour that we take in October. Every October 6th, we take a bus or two of students down to Fisk University so they can participate in the day's activities.
That is so
and
cool.
Then, yeah, so that it gives you an overview of Jubilee Day. Stephanie can give you more information on the legacy of song.
Okay, Miss Stephanie.
Yes, good afternoon, everyone. The Legacy of Song will be held at the King Center on this coming Saturday from 1 to 3 p.m. in the screening room. And this year is a little different. We are having Mr. Jackson as our keynote speaker, and we are actually having a workshop on the legacy of music, how it transitioned from spirituals to jazz to R&B to hip-hop, and now I guess what's now known as techno. So we are going to look at that. We're going to talk to students, and we're also going to have a discussion about civic engagement based on the movie Lee Daniels' Butler. So we are going to have a great time, a great discussion, and we're looking for a great turnout.
This sounds great.
If anyone wants additional information, we can go ahead and give out that information later on in the interview.
Yeah. Actually, all through the interview.
Jackson's on the phone, and it's L.A. Jackson that's going to be the keynote speaker for Saturday.
Yes, L.A. Jackson.
And Mr. Jackson, I don't know if we're related. I sure hope so. But you're slated to be the MC, and I'm really looking forward to checking that out. How long have you been involved with the organization?
4 years. This will be my 4th year as the MC.
Oh wow. Okay. So you've been a major part of it for some time then.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think all of the parts are major, but, I'm just glad to have the opportunity to use my God-given talents and abilities to be of service to something that's important.
Well, let's
It's important, education.
Well, let's go back to the beginning here. How did the Fisk University Jubilee Singers actually start? Because I was on YouTube and I saw some information regarding recordings from 1916 and stuff like that. So that's incredible. That's quite a legacy.
The Jubilee Singers started out as a fundraising project. It was the music director, George White, who wanted to take them on tour and raise money for the university. At the time, a lot of people thought that wasn't a good business since they didn't understand it, because you're talking about people who were former slaves or children of former slaves.
Ah.
And most of the world had not been exposed to people of color. And so this idea was pretty radical, but George White stuck to his guns, and that's what happened. The singers went out on tour with little, nothing more than the clothes on their back, and they raised funds for Fisk University.
Unbelievable. So, since during that period of time, has the group done like a lot of travel around the country or travel around the world or anything like that?
The Jubilee Singers are still in existence today, and they do travel all over the world to this day.
So I would take it they've been to the White House and performed for presidents too, huh?
And they perform for kings and queens as well.
Unbelievable. Now, what makes the group so? What makes the group so unique? I mean, from what I saw, it's like an a cappella troupe. Now, is it strictly a cappella? You guys don't use musicians at all?
We're not Jubilee Singers, but no, they're an a cappella group. And what makes them so special is that they sing from the heart. Mm-hmm. Those are spirituals that were sacred songs. When George White overheard those students singing the very first time, the students did not want to say those songs were something in private. Those are very mournful songs, some of them just about the experiences that they and their parents before them had experienced in slavery. So it wasn't something that they sing out in public. But what makes it so special is it's coming from the heart. That is something that comes from experience.
Okay.
So I think that makes it so special.
That's incredible.
And I look at those. I also look at the Negro spirituals also as a high level form of communication too. Like it's not only just it operates on two levels. One is melody and song and rhythm and all those different things, but another one is the message that they imparted, the wisdom that they imparted within the song. And I think that's what's key. It's like coded messages, things that lasted beyond like the internet. It was high technology from back then.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's funny because I remember. I don't know if I told you, but I worked at Sony Music. It was CBS Records when I first started, and I started off as an intern, and then I became a college rep, and ultimately went on to be a merchandiser, black music marketing rep, etc. But while I was a college rep, my job was to find all of the black colleges around the Southeast and get music to them. And of course, within the structure, we had releases, gospel releases by people like Shirley Caesar, old reissues by Mahalia Jackson, stuff like that. So I remember I immediately perked up as soon as I got the call from Miss Wanza, because I recognized Fisk University as one of the schools that I used to service back in my college days, and I was just like, again, really honored. And it was just like a completion of a circle, because years ago I was sending out music, and now I'm actually doing a project with you guys.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Mm-hmm.
So with Fisk University being in Nashville, and you guys are in Atlanta, does that mean that there are maybe branches or factions of Fisk University in every state or other states across the country?
That is correct. There are several branches of alumni clubs all over the world.
Oh my goodness! So you guys are like international.
Yes, sir.
That's serious. So I know you guys are here, and you might not be as involved with the actual singers as I might think, but do you know what kind of process they go through as far as selecting members or songs to perform?
I couldn't speak on that. You would have to speak to the director or one of the members that were Jubilee Singers, which we were hoping that we would get on the call today, but that didn't happen with the scheduling. But maybe in the future, maybe you could have somebody on.
Okay. So in addition to your event this Saturday, give me the typical day-to-day business that the Atlanta Fisk Club deals with? I mean, what kind of do you reach out to schools? Do you deal with the media? What kind of things do you do as far as regular activities?
As alumni clubs, our mission is to help the university in recruitment and scholarship missions. And so we hold college fairs around the state of Georgia, and we have the students come and to learn more about this university, what a special university it is. And so many times the recruiters will go out with volunteers, alumni from around, and they will go out and speak on the school's behalf. We invite those students it starts in January, and it culminates with the large event, which is our scholarship gala in December. So all of our hard efforts throughout the year are geared to providing the means for those students to get to school. So that's why the gala is so important. All of the programs are very important. So on each step that we recruit these students, we want them to learn more and more about this university, and just as importantly, we're going to give them the tools. We want to equip them with how they can be successful in college. And so we want to show them how to gain and keep scholarships, keep their grade point averages up, anything that we can do to assist them into obtaining their goal of getting a college education.
That's incredible. That's really nice. And another thing I've noticed is that you pretty much canvas your base, which in this case is the Atlanta area. I was looking that you have different meetings periodically, and it can be from anywhere, like a restaurant or even the Georgia International Convention Center. I see you had some stuff at Greater Piney Grove Baptist Church. That's interesting. What goes into your selection of places to go?
Many of our wonderful volunteers for venues happen to be Fiskites. Yes. So the senior pastor at Greater Piney Grove is a Fiskite. And we have many generous people, whether they're friends of Fisk, which is what we call them, the community supporters, have all been very generous to our organization, and they'll help in whatever capacity that they are to help us succeed in our mission.
Okay. So is there, once the people graduate, students graduate from Fisk, do they generally tend to stay around the Nashville area, or do they spread all over the place, or do you find that a good percentage has come to Atlanta?
We have a large population in Atlanta. However, I don't think that there's anywhere you can't go that you wouldn't run into a Fisk guy.
Wow. That is nice. That's incredible.
Spread out. Or friends and family of Fisk guys.
That's very true.
So with you guys being in Atlanta, do you go up to Nashville often, or you just pretty much go when you're doing your normal events that would take you there normally?
For those of us that are on the executive committee, we may have to go more than a couple of times a year. However, we know that we'll go at least one time a year when we take the bus tour in October. So at least one time a year people are offered to go to the university.
Okay.
After graduation.
Nice. Well, just to show the cohesiveness and yet the I don't want to say disparities, but certainly everybody, all three of you have come from different areas. So if you don't mind enlightening our listeners, you could take turns going one by one and just giving us a little bit of your background so we can maybe get a fairly decent picture as far as how you guys all came together and ended up working with this beautiful organization.
You want to start, Linda?
Well, about 10 years ago, the Atlanta constituency was in effect. The Atlanta constituency, the Alumni Club for Atlanta has been around for a very long time. Mm-hmm. And then 12 years ago, we came along and restructured a little bit. And so it's the Atlanta Fisk Club. And we instituted 7 programs that we wanted to target students. And from that, Ms. Wanza volunteered, and she can tell you a little bit more about that when she speaks through the Legacy of Song program. So we have it starts out with a membership program breakfast, a membership drive that we do in January, and then we'll do the scholarship fairs in March. And from the list of students that we get from that point in time, we track them from their interests and what they want to do in school and things like that. And that's where the rest of our programs come into being. And so we got off to see how much that we could give back to an entity that's given so much to us.
Nice. That's beautiful. What about you, Mr. Jackson?
Okay, and my name is Mel Jackson. For those that are listening, I entertain the film. I'm an actor. I'm a writer, producer. I guess creator of entertainment. And
okay.
How I became a part of the project is Linda Smith asked me to come and MC 4 years ago. Based on a connection, a relationship with the woman that discovered me on the bus in Chicago, which was Sharon King.
Okay.
And and like yourself, at that time, man, it was a lot of things going on. But I had just done the launch with the HBCUs, their first football game at the Bayou Classic.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, it seems like the HBCUs are ringing strong in my reality. So what is this? And it's something interesting. It was about Fisk, and Fisk was one of those schools that I was like, wow, you always hear about Fisk. And I said, well, what is, the divine nature of things asking me that, how can I be of service to this thing? And when I figured out it was about education, I was like, okay, cool. I can go down there and MC. This was my first time doing something like it, and I was honored to go down there and do it. And the more that I read about Fisk and what was going on with the Jubilee Singers and how the school was saved with them going out and singing, and that's one of the principles that I built my career upon, and as far as using your God-given talents and abilities and not one for anything. So I knew at that point that I had a lot in common with the Jubilee Singers, and by by direct relationship, a lot in common with every Fiskite. So I was honored to be sitting on the panel. Let alone be the MC, I was happy to be in the room with the people that I was in there with. And after that, for some odd reason, Ms. Smith decided to call me back and give me the opportunity for the past 4 years. And I've been delighted, and it's been a fulfilling experience, and I can't say enough about it.
I bet it's been fulfilling. Well, I mean, that's really incredible. You each have 3 very, very distinguished backgrounds, and we're going to get into the backgrounds, or at least a overview of some more people. But right now, let's go on. I know everybody's been itching to hear a little bit of something. Let's go on and play Rise Shine, for the Light is a-Comin'. And we'll take a break and zip to some music and check that out. And here we go.
Rise, shine, for the light is a-coming. Rise, shine, for the light is a-coming. Rise, shine, for the light is a-coming. My Lord says He's coming by and by. Rise, shine, for the light is a-coming. Rise, shine, for the light is a-coming. Rise, shine, for the light is a-coming. My Lord says He's coming by and by. My Lord says He's coming by and by. My Lord has set His people free. My Lord says He's coming by and by. Oh, rise, shine, for the light is a-coming. Rise, shine, for the light is a-coming. Oh, rise, shine, for the light is a-coming. My Lord says He's coming by and by. Wet or dry, intent to try. My Lord says He's coming by and by. To serve the Lord until I die. My Lord says He's coming by and by. Shine, for the light is a-coming. Rise, shine, for the light is a-coming. Rise, shine, for the light is a-coming. My Lord says He's coming by and by.
Oh, wow, that's really, really a nice piece there. That was very, very, I mean, the harmonies, the blending, that is just so incredible how they, project their voices, and if you listen closely, it almost sounds like one big voice with a whole bunch of colors, you know. I've been involved with music production myself. I have a recording studio, and so I'm very much in tune with listening to music, and I swear that just sounds like one big voice. Do any of you guys sing as well?
No,
I thought I'd throw that out there.
Well, you can't do theater in Chicago, you know, and not be able to sing a little bit. You gotta sing, dance, and act. You know, they're like the old school. You know, so yeah, I can hold the note, but as far as like finding them on my own,
forget about that one, huh?
You know what I'm saying?
That's funny. That is funny. Well, let me.
Mr. Johnson, I want to give you a little bit of information about me, if you don't mind, because I'm going to have to get off the call.
Oh, go ahead.
About a minute. I graduated from Fisk University in 1993, and I majored in history and political science. And I went to Miami and worked for a nonprofit for 7 years, the Black Archives History and Research Foundation, where I taught outreach programming to students in high school and also in elementary schools. And I came to Atlanta to go to seminary at ITC. And after I graduated from ITC, I was assigned or appointed to a church in Tucker, Georgia. So my vocation is ministry. But I got involved in Atlanta Fisk Club about 10 years ago. I met Linda via email and have been the historian ever since. For the most part, and I think I've been a historian for at least 8 or 9 years, and so it's been a journey. It's been very exciting. I've got to meet so many Fiskites, so many people who have similar goals and similar desires for our students. So I wanted to just give that information. I was so privileged to meet Mr. Jackson a couple of years back when he just brought a totally different energy to our fundraiser, our winter gala, and I just am so grateful for having an opportunity to do the Legacy of Song for 10 years.
Wow.
So it's been an honor and it's been a privilege to be able to serve and to see the students who come out, not only for that event, but the Legacy of Song, the student mixer, the Jubilee Day, and all the other events that we have with our students to see them excited about Fisk. It's really, really a great thing to experience. So that's what keeps me going. That's what keeps me involved in the Atlanta Fisk Club. So I just wanted to share that with you.
That's incredible. I mean, you sound like you're very motivated and also an inspiration to those that you cross paths with.
Yes.
So before go on.
I hope so.
Oh, yes, of course. I mean, but before you go, do you have any kind of contact information you want to leave with everybody?
Yes. Linda, did you want to go ahead and give the contact information for the Legacy of Song or the Jubilee Bus Tour, the best information for anyone interested?
Sure, I can do that.
Yes.
If you're interested in the Jubilee Day Tour, you can contact us at 2013 Jubilee Day Tour at yahoo.com.
Okay.
And you can also visit our website at www.atlantafisclub.com.
Okay. All right.
Great. Well, thank you so much
and
for
that's
that.
if one wants to RSVP or wants any additional information about any of the upcoming events, they can contact us via email.
Great, great. Well, I think it's just incredible what you guys are doing, and even more so crossing the boundaries, because usually, you know, with Fisk University being a post-high school educational facility, a lot of times, you know, you would reach out and extend the doors, open doors to maybe college juniors and seniors. But I have to applaud you guys, because you reach out with your Jubilee Day tour that's coming up in October. That's just a couple weeks away, but that's incredible that you go all the way to 6th grade through 12th grade students.
Yeah, well, we find if we reach out earlier, it gets them more motivated. You know, we try to catch them younger and set this in front of them so that they have many options, so they have something to look forward to.
That is so nice. That's incredible. I'm sure they think about that, or they should be thinking about that after, long after school's out and finished, they can look back and see, what a great support system they had in place through you guys.
All right. Well, I'm going to have to get off the call. Unfortunately, I apologize. So I guess maybe you all can connect back up again, because I have connected with Linda and Mr. Jackson.
Well, we appreciate it.
Well, Stephanie, make sure you say the two different Jacksons, since we have two on the line. So,
Mel Jackson.
Okay, Brother Mel, you're going to stick around and hang out, and Miss Linda, are you staying too?
well, I'm going to have to, I am scheduled for something else right now, too. So,
okay.
So, Mel, are you today to talk about your things?
Okay, so...
Sure, that's no problem.
Okay.
So we can build Jackson and Jackson. It's the Jackson and Jackson show out.
The Jackson and Jackson show. Here we go. And that works out pretty good, because my next question was going to be about the affiliation between the Atlanta group and the Chicago group anyway. So, ladies, I do certainly appreciate you joining me on the Wall of Fame show. And it was just lovely having you, lovely exchanging thoughts and seeing where you guys are coming from, and spreading the word on the event. And don't forget, everybody, check out this event, The Legacy of Song, this Saturday at the King Center, and yours truly will be there, and I'll be meeting my other brother from another mother, Mr. Mel Jackson. Well, let's pick up with the connection I was just getting ready to ask about, because I'm on the website now, and I was looking at the tabs there, and I see there's a Chicago area Fisk alumni, and obviously we were talking with Stephanie here in Atlanta. So I'm thinking that there's some kind of either a tie, or that Atlanta and Chicago are the two major branch areas for the Fisk University. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, I think those are two. Yeah, I think that those are two. From what I know, my knowledge of it, those are the two of the bigger ones.
Okay.
Chicago and Atlanta. Okay. Of the satellites.
Okay. Now, within that structure, do they function totally independent, or do they sometimes coordinate different things together?
From what I've known them to do their things independently, but I think the whole point is for them to have some kind of synergy.
Okay.
That they all connected together.
Mm-hmm.
Still, it's because it's still a collective.
Okay. And you're based you're in Chicago?
Well, I'm I'm everywhere. I'm L.A., New York, Chicago, and Atlanta. I have different businesses in each place, because I'm producing films and television, theater, and radio and stage plays.
Incredible. So you're like the creative guy. You're the creative director.
Yeah, man. I'm a creative. I mean, that's one of the things that I loved about the Jubilee thing, is because I basically have built my career off of 4 principles. 1 is use your God-given talents and abilities, and you'll want for nothing. 2, and whatever you do with those God-given talents and abilities, make sure that you're being of service to the whole. 3, and when you give from the heart and don't expect anything back. And number 4, when the light is shined on you, as it inevitably will be when you do the first 3, that you acknowledge where you got them from. And that's sort of like the circle that I've been using. And when I found out that the Jubilee singer did that when they got into a crunch for money in order to keep Fisk open, I said, that shows you that they went to singing.
Wow.
So that was something that they were blessed with, and they went, all across the world doing that in order to raise money, and the school is still open to this day. And to me, I think that if all, not only institutions of higher learning, but if anybody in any organization, if all the people did that, and I'm talking about even like with the country, if we were all using our God-given talents as opposed to what they tell us to do in school,
mm-hmm.
the things that were given to us naturally, if we were able to use them in a way to be of service to whatever the shortcoming, the shortfall that we have as a country, I think that we will prosper. But it's because of these limitations that have been placed on us that we're suffering from lack. And that's just my personal point of view, but I try to make sure that in the things that I create, that I show it with the work, and then I also show how art connects with commerce.
Unbelievable, man. You sound like a man on a mission, just straight up. Just, I mean, that's incredible.
Yeah, man, it is a mission. It's I think in a mission when in the second definition, like to aid and to heal, missionary. To aid or to heal. So it's that is to use what I have to be of service, man. And that's what with the organization with the Atlanta Fisk Club, Linda Smith, she's really dedicated to that program as the president. She does a lot of different things. She wears a lot of different hats behind the scene to make sure that they have funding and to make sure that they have anything that will attract attention to get the resources necessary for some of the people that don't have the resources to get an education to pay for it. They make sure that they're able to come.
That's
in the
beautiful.
Spirit of the Jubilee Singers. And I think that I'm a big believer in education, whether it's orthodox or unorthodox. Whether it's going to an institute or if you're not in school, that you're making sure that you stand current with the things with the change. So you're educating yourself every day on your craft and continue to better yourself within it. But in that way, where that the kids go in a structured learning, that they have the monies to do what they need to do, where they can focus on getting an education. Because sometimes I think that the kids sometimes get so distracted by trying to make the money to go to school that they can't focus on the main reason why they came there. So it ends up being counterproductive. But but people like Linda Smith, who are that dedicated and not just talking about it. When you see her actions, she's thorough, as you heard her on the phone.
She is serious, very serious.
Yeah.
That's incredible. So
let
me ask.
It's easy to kind of have the kind of passion when you got people like that.
Oh, yeah.
That are pulling you in and they're leading the way by example.
So as far as these different events that you guys have coming up for the rest of the year, we've got the Legacy of Song again at the King Center this Saturday, September 21st. You've got the Jubilee Day Tour on October 6th, and then you've got the 10th Annual Fisk Scholarship Gala. Are they all three distinctly different things, or is there one that's a little bit more heavy duty than the other, or are they all about equally distributed?
Well, I mean, Linda's the one to answer that in its totality, but from my experience, they're three different things, but the efforts are all the same. It's like it's building up to the major thing, which is the gala.
Okay.
But these are all the other things are what the gala funds throughout the year.
Okay.
But the mission is the same as to bring awareness and then to what's going on, and then to get people to commit to supporting the efforts of the organization, and which is the mission of the students, which is to get an education.
So within that structure, then, that would take you guys to just about anywhere, I guess, as far as raising funds and getting awareness. Then you wouldn't be focused on just dealing with, say, churches or for-profit businesses or government. You guys are just going to be dealing with, just everything and everybody, every faction of government and business.
Well, yeah, whatever the resource, because it's the Atlanta Fisk Club is a 501c3.
Okay.
So it's a non-profit corporate as a status. This will be the 10th year. Running at least for Linda. This is the 10th year for Linda as the president.
Wow, that's a long time.
She's been doing it for 10 years, right? I've been doing it for 4. So, so wherever they can, they receive donations from everybody, from Staples, private, the alumni, to if there's government people, and even if there's anybody listening to the program right now, that if you go and look at what we're doing down at Fisk, if you go to the website and see what we're doing, and if you know of an organization that funds organizations like ours, and it's something that we need to look into, please email us and let us know who we can reach out to so we can be of service to the children.
That is amazing. I mean, this is a really big deal here. I mean, I'm on the Chicago website now, and it's just there's so many tabs on this. There's just so many things going on. You got memberships, scholarships, donations, application, executive leadership, calendar of events, just all kinds of things, man. This is incredible.
Yeah, it's thorough, man. And then most Fiskites, that in Fiskites are range in all levels of industry, and I think one of the things that they're celebrated for is that when for Fisk to be such a small school, per capita, the number of people that they have at the highest level of industry, that they stand alone. Like some would call them like some have even called them like the Ivy League, one of the Ivy League schools of the historically black colleges and universities.
Unbelievable.
So yeah.
So
these are things that amazing things that I found out about Fisk after I started started the MC the event.
Okay.
And it's opened me up to a lot of things about all of the historical black colleges, universities, and their origins and how they got started, and they were actually started, believe it or not, by missionaries.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, the schools and by missionaries that with the government funding, that they went in and got government funding in order to educate. They started like really with small classrooms, like a few people in a class. And then it's grown to where they are now.
That is unbelievable. I'm so impressed.
Yeah, it shows you the power of an idea, and like you were saying before, people on a mission. That if you focus, energy goes to where the focus is, and if you get one group of people with one vision, and one group of people with one vision and one spirit, that spirit being love, it shows you that all things are possible.
That's great. That's great. Well, on that note, let's go on and take a little cutaway to another song. Now we've got Shout All Over God's Heaven. So let's take a listen to that and see what it's all about.
I gotta cross, you gotta cross, all the God's children gotta cross. When I get to heaven, gonna lay down my cross, gonna shout all over God's heaven. Heaven, heaven. Everybody talking about heaven, ain't going there. Heaven, heaven, gonna shout all over God's heaven. I got a crown, you got a crown, all the God's children got a crown. When I get to heaven, gonna put on my crown, gonna shout all over God's heaven. Heaven, heaven. Everybody talking about heaven, ain't going there. Heaven, heaven, gonna shout all over God's heaven. I got a robe, you got a robe, all the God's children got a robe. When I get to heaven, gonna put on the robe, gonna shout all over God's heaven. Heaven, heaven. Everybody talking about heaven, ain't going there. Heaven, heaven, gonna shout all over God's heaven.
Yeah, that's another great one. I mean, this is really really a very, very well-rounded group of individuals, and I tell you what, we'll probably close out the show with them on the Fox Nashville, which I don't know if you were involved in that or aware of it, but you have any stories about how that ended up happening? Is it just from proximity because they're all in Nashville, or did something happen that led to that appearance on Fox Nashville?
Oh, that's a good question, man. That would be one for Linda.
Okay.
Linda, or because I personally wasn't part of it.
Okay.
I've been doing my part. My part of the organization is make sure that I do my work on my behalf to increase awareness.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? And then come down there and show them what something productive that one can do with their influence.
Okay. So when you're doing your thing, is that centered around like just preceding any event, or is your functionality something that takes place year round?
Well, it's been I've been coming in to do more. Like I've told Linda that however I can be of service to the organization throughout the year. But I mostly serve as the MC. I've been serving as the MC of the Lifetime Achievement Awards, where they not only raise money for the students, but they celebrate the alumni and give out awards for to the people that have graduated from there, that have gone on to impact society in some way.
Oh wow!
In a positive way,
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so that the legacy lives on.
That's incredible.
So try to give people some a little bit of recognition, and it's in the gala is a great party, man.
Okay.
That we have silent auction out there, so people get great trips. Side memorabilia, just all different kinds of things. And then we dance, and we there's an audio visual thing of each individual person that's been nominated for the award. So it's a really, really good time, and it's for a good cause, and we all have a great time. I've enjoyed it the past 4 years.
Well, let me ask you, since you've started, what through your eyes, what have you noticed? Has it maintained a certain level, or has it kind of escalated and grown, or has things gotten tighter? Have things gotten looser? Is the focus more tightly focused, or through your eyes, what have you seen?
I personally think it's gotten better and better every year that I've been emceeing, and I have to say that it's in part of what I'm doing, or my involvement in it. Is I think that their focus, based on an organization where they've been continuing to stay, Linda, been diligent about getting funding in, and they've been getting more and more sponsors every year. And I think that this is a really good year, because this is the 10th year, which shows a lot of the people that would support a not-for-profit or support a cause like this, that it's not just a fly-by-night situation, that it's something that's here to stay. And now all of the it's like she sowed the seed properly, and now we're starting to bear fruit. And that's what I think. That's one of the most phenomenal things about it, is that now everybody's hearing about it. I'm talking about big corporate sponsors are coming in. Mm-hmm. So this is a big boost to the morale of everybody that's been a part of it, because it's charity. Everybody's donating their time.
Wow. That's
so
incredible.
To see this, so to see them, see that the resources start to come in, that that'll potentially be there to maybe even pay for, pay people some money to even so they can do spend more time, hire some people to do even more administrative things that will be of service to the cause. That's what's going to be something that everybody is going to stand up and cheer for this year, because I think that just like last year, more funding is coming in, more silent auction items are coming in, with people offering different trips and things. So to make sure that we have enough to actually be of service to the students. And that's always incredible.
That's great. So each of the past 4 years, it has been held at the King Center, or has gone to different locations?
Oh, with the King Center, I was actually talking about the gala.
Oh, the gala. Okay.
The one that's at the King. Yeah, I was talking about the gala. So that one has been held in Atlanta, and it's been, it was held in the same two places the first year, and then and I think this year may be in a different place.
Okay.
But as far as the what you were talking about earlier, yeah, I think this is. I don't know what the King situation is. That was something that would be another Linda question.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
So wow, I mean, you just been hands on now. What's the typical show made up of? I mean, you're the MC, so you've got the whole program locked in your brain.
Right.
Awards or announcements.
Yeah. Well, we come in. We started off, with a reception. It's the president's reception that we usually do the day before the awards show, where everybody comes out. It's like a meet and greet, and everybody gets a chance to talk. Sometimes there's a musical guest. We do some Fisk trivia. That's always fun. Have a great eats and some wine and cheese. So it's a good night of good conversation.
Okay.
Good conversation as we everybody discusses. You get to network with the people that are on the panel, because I've had the opportunity to be on a panel with a lot of great people that on a normal occasion I wouldn't get an opportunity to meet in my line of work.
Okay.
Because the industries are just different.
Uh-huh.
So to be in that room and mingle with people from different walks of society, where all the Fisk guys go through in different levels of industry, and a lot of them at the highest level of the industry. So that's always a blast too. So after that, then the next day is when we come in, we do the award show, and the award show is we come in and we start with the reception of everybody coming out, getting to look at the silent auction items, maybe getting some interviews from past, present, and future Fisk members.
Okay.
And then we go right into the show where we start announcing the awards. And while we're doing that, we're showing the things up on the nominees. We have them up on the board, or I should say the awardees, the honorees.
Okay.
We have them up there, and and doing the thing where we're eating dinner. There's music, live music being played, and all of that. All the while, this year we're going to have some interesting skits and some great special guests.
Okay.
Seeing that this is the 10th year, so we wanted to do something really special for the 10th year.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So
it's only getting better and better, and I told them even that they should probably, if we don't get it done this year, like start taping it, maybe for broadcast, either on maybe Centric or one of these Centric, or is it TV One, or even if it's just starting off with the school channel, but using that as something, to make it an actual program. It's starting to become like that because that's how the Oscars started out.
Yeah, exactly, and a lot of things that are said on stage, at the podium, or just the performances, you definitely want to be able to record that stuff and have it so that you could pull it back up later and look at it and get inspired all over again.
Oh yeah. And they do record it. I think Linda's been recording it. But I'm talking about
for broadcast.
Recording it with the specific, for the same,
exactly.
for the express purpose of broadcasting,
like
have
the Grammys.
Everybody else enjoy it.
Exactly,
and have an opportunity to potentially, turn it into another revenue stream.
Exactly.
You get it? Yeah. If we do it properly, make it as entertaining as possible. That other people will not only be interested in you, bring awareness, but it'll also be something that we could generate some resources, which is really the most important thing.
And it's great that you brought that up, because my next question was going to be, what did you see in the future of all of this? Where did you think things could end up going?
Well, yeah, that's something like that I think that they can continue to take the model that Linda Smith has created, like how she's been moving forward, and they can push this thing, and then with social media and everything, you connect all of those different components to it. That this could be just another way of generating money. And then everybody else can look. If everybody else is doing the same thing, and then like you were saying earlier, that when this synergy thing happens, that everybody support each other in their efforts, then I think they could effectively end whatever this shortfall is, as far as like cash flow that that people are saying that are happening within the HBCUs. I think they can expand on it and allow the youth to come in and just put their thumbprint on it.
That's right.
And that's with the social media like Twitter, Instagram, all those things. We've been building on how to incorporate that for the past couple of years that I've been the MC, and hopefully this year we'll find a way to integrate Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and all those things to maximize the wave of the event. The word of mouth and everything else.
Yep, that's true. Well, hey, we're going to get ready to close it out, but before we go, I just want to personally thank you for your time. As usual, you could have been in any number of places, but you chose to spend some time here to dispel this information. I'm looking forward to meeting you myself personally on Saturday. I can't wait till that happens. And give us some contact information for the organization, as well as for yourself, because I think you stand out, with all the things you're doing too, and people definitely need to follow you as well.
Well, thank you, brother. I say, number one, thank you for having me on the show, giving me an opportunity to put the information out to your audience, and and congratulations to you, man, on all your success. But because you briefly spoke about it earlier, telling us where you had come from and where you are now, and it's just staying true to it. That's what puts us in a position where we can now do what we're doing. Because you have some autonomy where you can go away from what you're normally doing and give us this platform. So give thanks for that. With me personally, of course, I'm, writing, direct, produce, just creating, man, just using my God-given talents and abilities to be of service to the whole. If you want to check me out, they can Google me, Mel Jackson, and you just put my name in the search engine, or I'm on Twitter at thelove111. I'm on Facebook up under my name, Mel Jackson, and and those emails and those things are so everything is there, man. You can if you have even if you want me to come out and do something, and brother Jackson, cousin, I extend this courtesy to you, that if there's any way that I can be of service to you and what your team is doing, you make sure you let me know, and then when we get off the air, I'll give you my direct line.
Definitely.
And we can work on that.
Okay.
But as far as the Atlanta Fisk Club, 1 second, if I'm not mistaken, it's the AtlantaFiskClub.com.
Yes.
You gave that one already?
Yeah, I'm looking at it now, so you're correct. www.atlantafiskclub.com.
That's it. Yeah, and from there, that's where they can connect to Linda Smith, and Linda has all the information on not only the Atlanta Fisk Club, but I think that she has the information on everything that's been going on.
Oh yeah.
So if you have any questions, any questions in relationship to that, you can direct them to her.
And they're very good with that information flow. That press release they sent out just covers so many bases. They got information for everything. So definitely, they are definitely on point.
Yeah, and when I leave those the 4 principles, if there's anything that I can give to the audience, those 4 principles are what I would like to give.
Definitely.
And no matter what's going on, use your God-given talents and abilities. You're one for nothing. Why? Because you have your God-given talents and abilities in abundance, and properly work, they should cover all costs of your overhead. Number 2, whatever you do with your God-given talents and abilities, make sure you're being of service to the whole. Because if you're of service to the whole will be of service to you. And you only need, with the whole, 1% of 1% of 1% of the whole thing in order to have enough resources to last a lifetime. Number 3, when you give, like you're giving now, giving from the heart, don't expect anything back. Because when you give, honestly, then, if you start expecting something, you could potentially limit your blessing.
Wow.
And 4th, yeah, you feel me on that one, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
4th, and last but not least, is that when you are given, when you receive all the blessings and the favor that you're going to receive from doing 1 through 3, make sure that when that light is shining on you, that you acknowledge where you got it from. Because then that right there, that's reciprocity.
There you go. That's great
Okay.
that you got that ingrained, and hopefully people will take that to heart. I know I certainly do.
Yes.
And I'm glad that I'll be able to listen to this program again and again, because that's definitely something I want to share with other people as well.
Oh, man, give thanks, man. All love to the family.
Thank you so much. And we're going to take it on out with the Fisk University Jubilee Singers live at Fox, Nashville. Here we go.
And at the altar.
I made my vow to the Lord, and I never will turn back. I will go, I shall go to see what the end will be. Done, open my mouth to the Lord, and I never will turn back. Oh, I will go, I shall go to see what the end will be.
The man who loves to serve the Lord,
I will go, I shall go,
will surely get his just reward.
to see what the end will be. Darn